The London trip of nightmares. Nah, that's probably too dramatic. But my recent excursion to the City of London did end with me on an Asda escalator, clutching a bag of ice cubes, crying. So this year, I got invited back to Summer in the City, which is basically the UK's answer to VidCon. Okay, update. I just looked it up while writing the script, and apparently VidCon London is now a thing, in February of next year. I did not know this. I am going. But back to Summer in the City. I was part of the PogaTubers gang again, and we had our own meet and greet and panel. Side note, might be confusing, but I was there on Pokemon business because I have another channel that's Pokemon themed. Animation is quite a new thing for me. I was nervous about being on a panel last year, but this year was a whole new level of panic because one of the other panel members, Toby, kept teasing that he and the organizer Tom had planned a surprise for the panel, and he couldn't tell me what it was. I was scared. For all I knew, he was planning to release a diss track on me live on stage. He didn't. It was a Pokemon trivia quiz, and your girl won. I don't have a lot of achievements, but that's one of them. The meet and greet was super fun. Thank you very much to those of you who came to hang out. There was already a queue when we got there, but about 10 minutes in, 2 giant Eevee come running out, and I finally felt at peace, as I had found my kind. Everyone gathered round to get a massive picture with the Eevee, which was probably one of the most memorable moments of the whole trip for me. Not because the Eevee were there, but because when we had the picture taken, the guy with the camera said, "Say Eevee," and the kid next to me says in the most deadpan voice ever, "I want to die." That was an experience. But that was basically Summer in the City. The event was from the Friday to the Sunday, but I had booked to stay in London for 4 more days after that because I wanted to do some sightseeing. On the Monday, I went to the biggest shopping centre in London, Westfield. I went there because this chain that I like, called Yo Sushi, has this thing called Blue Mondays, where a bunch of the bowls are super cheap. But I got there to find that the one in Westfield doesn't take part in that offer, so I had to find another one that did nearby and run on the tube to make it in time. The one I ended up going to was on a place called Bond Street that also had a Disney shop that I went in and bought mugs because I have no self-control. But I made it in time for Blue Monday, and just like that, the day was done. On Tuesday, I woke up early. That's not normal for me. I woke up with a funny feeling in my throat. I do sometimes have issues with my tonsils, so I didn't worry too much about it. I always bring a small pack of medicine with me when I travel on the off chance that I have a headache, because some places ask you for ID when you buy them. That's another thing. The only valid form of ID I have is my passport, so what am I meant to do? I'm not going to carry my passport around with me 24/7 because those things are expensive to replace if I lost it. So since I essentially have no ID, I always keep a little box handy in case I need any. And this was a good example of that. I took some, started to feel better, and went on with my day. I went to a market and ended up buying a crepe. I love crepes. They're little heavenly parcels of goodness. But this one, oof, it was the worst crepe I've had in my life. Thinking about it now still makes me gag a little. But the thing is, it probably wasn't even the crepe's fault. It doesn't happen to everyone, but a lot of the time when I'm sick, my sense of taste goes all sorts of crazy. Is this a lemon? That day, I had planned to go on a night bus tour, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a tour bus of London, but at night. My plan had been to hang around in the area that the bus leaves for the afternoon and then get on the bus tour. But when I got there, the medicine was wearing off, and my throat was starting to hurt quite a lot again. I had plenty of time, so I decided to be sensible and go to the hospital just in case. In the UK, we have these things called walk-in centres that you can go to if you want to get something checked out. And it's free. Love you, NHS. I went to one of these, waited 3 hours to get seen, for them to just tell me, "Yeah, looks sore, but it's probably viral, so off you pop." They told me to take more of the medicine that I had on me, so I did. Except this time, they didn't really make me feel better. I started feeling worse. I was exhausted and everything felt so heavy and wobbly. It was honestly kind of scary. But I knew it wasn't a good idea to go on the night bus when I was getting worse, so I booked a taxi and went back. The next morning, I wasn't feeling much different, so I decided to have a look at how my throat was doing, and let's just say, it was a sight to behold. I knew something was not right, so I decided to go to a second walk-in centre to get someone else to look at it. Alright, what's your name? Lucy. Alright, Lucy, what are you here for? I think I have tons. To be fair though, I was seen a lot faster this time, and the doctor looked at it and said that I have tonsillitis. Yay, I've got tonsillitis! Oh. I was given the medicine I needed and told to buy a different kind at a supermarket. As soon as he said that, I panicked. I don't have ID. I'm gonna have to chance it, aren't I? The nearest shop was in Asda, so I picked up the medicine I needed and an entire bag of ice to numb my throat because I was in so much pain with it. How old are you?
20.
Do you have any ID?
No, I've got a doctor's note.
Oh, sorry love, I can't help you. So here we are. I'm on the escalator out of Asda with my bag of ice cubes, tears falling as my throat is ravaged more and more by the second. Alright, there's a pharmacy literally the next street over. They didn't ask me for ID. Soon enough, I was back in my hotel room with my ice cubes, medicine, and regret. I ended up just staying in my hotel room resting the whole time until I had to go home. Definitely not how I expected my London trip to go. Obviously, I'm glad I was well for summer in the city, but it was disappointing that I was too ill to really do much of anything for the majority of the time after that. It's alright though, since I know it's definitely not going to be the last time I go to London. Hey, you saw before. VidCon is in London next year, and you bet I want in on that.
So hi, I'm recording this end card while I'm still sick, if you don't believe me. I should probably take some time off, but I don't know how to distribute work time. I have a problem. At the time of this recording, I got back 2 days ago and I'm like 90% better already, so no worries. Now I just feel like I have the sniffles. Hey, hi. This bit's recorded like literally right before I've uploaded the video. Sorry it took so long, I worked really hard on it. Thank you for 50k, and 60k, and 70k. I've been away for too long, I'm sorry. Hopefully the next video won't take 4 months, bye!